Hi everyone, it's Elizabeth from Elpis Astrology at elpisastrology.com. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I'm welcoming all my new subscribers and viewers as well. So this video is going to be my take on the astrology for July 2024. And you know, we start off July right around the 3rd of July with Mercury in Leo opposite Pluto, which is in Aquarius. Now, when we look at it just on the surface, to have an opposition here with Mercury and Pluto really suggests that there's some powerful news that's going to be coming out our way. Maybe even some transformational type of information will be coming our way too. And if we look at maybe some individuals here, many times most astrologers will look at the sign of Leo as kind of representing kings, queens, monarchs, that kind of thing. And so I'm thinking that maybe around this 3rd of July, we could hear from maybe King Charles III. That may be some kind of announcement, very powerful transformational announcement that maybe he wants to give to his people. Alternatively, certainly, you know, the monarchy tends to a lot of times do these discussions behind the scenes, and rightfully so, before they make some announcements. But I think there's something in that realm here too. Now, there are other royal families too, so it's quite possible we will hear maybe from more than one royal family with regards to some powerful change or transformation within their group. We've got our first new moon that's in Cancer, so happy new year to all my Cancer folks. And a special happy birthday to my brother John. So this new moon in Cancer is at 14 Cancer, 23 minutes. It is on the 5th of July, 2024. And let me just get the time here. The time is going to be 3:58 p.m. And of course, that's my time, Pacific Daylight Time. It's an interesting new moon. Generally speaking, I like this new moon. I have a Cancer ascendant, and this conjuncts my ascendant, so maybe this is going to be some new start for me too. And certainly if you do have something around that 14-15 degree of Cancer in your own personal chart, this could be a whole new beginning in a whole new year for you. Right, so we've got Venus in Cancer as well, and Venus will be sextiling Uranus. So this is some surprising, potentially at an individual level, surprising, unexpected love coming into your life. Now, a sextile is a relatively, in many ways, benign sort of aspect. It's giving you opportunities. Do you want to take this opportunity or not? It can also bring some, on a more global level, bring in some opportunities for change in the money markets that we have. And, you know, if you have something around this degree, and my charts are always on this video part of it, so you can see the degrees as well. But we're looking really at the latter part of Cancer here. You may have some opportunities to make some money. Simple as that, right? We also have Mars trining Saturn, which is retrograde. And, you know, trines are beautiful. It's just flowing, beautiful energy coming your way to do what? I would say to Mars represents energy, action, that type of thing. And Saturn can represent literally things, it's time. So it could literally be a trigger that happens that it's fortunate movement forward here to put new structures in place for yourself, right? It also can represent working easily with people who know the rules and regulations. So if you're in something like that, where you need to, maybe you're building your own home or putting your own business together and you want to have all the rules and regulations set up for yourself, this really provides that energy in a positive way to work with what rules and regulations are out there. It can also be literally, some people may be building, say, a home or something like that, or building new structures around themselves. But it is fortunate with regards to taking some kind of action regarding rules and regulations, and even working with, say, someone who's perhaps a supervisor, working well with the supervisor, working well with somebody who's maybe a little more advanced than you in terms of their knowledge base. We have that Venus is sextiling Mars. And so this sets up at an individual level just some lovely opportunities to interact. Now, this could be interacting at a level of friendships, or, both Venus and Mars together are the celestial lovers, opportunities to maybe meet potential new lovers in your life on an individual level. It's males and females I'm looking at as opportunities to work together too. We're going to have, and this is an ongoing transit, by the way, the Neptune sextiling Pluto. This isn't the only time. It carries on and off for a little while. But this is like working forces working together, at a high level. And it could be even different religious factions, right? Neptune many times can represent religion, so can Jupiter. And Pluto is powerful type energy, right? Transformational energy. Could it be that many leaders in all religions come together to help transform our society in a positive way? Maybe we're yet to see that, right? Now, this Mercury is now going to be at 5 degrees of Leo. And going back to the monarchy or, the royal family, especially in the UK, this actually conjuncts King Charles's ascendant, the Mercury part of it. So this kind of goes back to what I mentioned at the beginning where, hey, we could have Charles making some kind of announcement here of some sort. But again, it could also be other things as well. But because this conjuncts his ascendant, it's pretty important. The other thing that it does, though, is that Mercury, it also squares Charles's north node, as well as his moon in the 10th house. So this could be that he has some challenges with regards to his career for some reason, right? This moon and sun also aspect Prince William's north node. It conjuncts it. And that's in his 7th house. So this is where he would be doing things with the people. Maybe he's going to be given some new responsibilities here where his destiny changes for some reason or another. We're also going to have Jupiter at this time conjunct his natal Mercury. And so this also says he himself may be making some announcements of some sort with regards to the royal family. So Cancer as an influence and an energy really refers to anything to do with motherhood, mothers, childbearing of any sort, children itself. It can also refer to at a higher level or a more worldly level, is our homeland as well. So some of these areas of life may take on some kind of new beginning at this time too. And of course, in the USA, this is right around the 4th of July, which is, when we celebrate our independence. And I won't forget my Canadian compatriots who actually have their day of celebration of Canada Day, and that's going to be on the 1st of July. So this new moon kind of encompasses both those celebrations, but in particular the USA. On the 8th of July, we have that Mars now conjuncting Uranus. So this may be an upsetting day of some sort where there's unexpected movement, energy that comes out of the blue to take some kind of aggressive, I would say this is aggressive action of some sort on the 8th of July. We're talking about the sign of Taurus, of course. So this could play out too in a more worldly way in terms of like earthquakes and volcanoes, because Earth is very much represented here by Taurus, right? And with this conjunction of these two very powerful energies, it can represent something like that, an Earth-type event. On the 10th of July, we're going to have Venus sextiling Uranus. And certainly if you have anything around the degree point, and we also have Venus a couple days later trining Neptune. So this also could bring in on a personal level some opportunity to form a love relationship of some sort. It can also, though, bring in something with regards to monies, right, at a more global level. Opportunities to unexpectedly change those up. Maybe that cryptocurrency is really going to have a turnaround here and get some traction, right? Now, the Venus trining Neptune is, so both of these are working together in terms of favorable energies with regards to really high levels of love, too. And this could also play out, as I mentioned earlier, with regards to religious, various religious groups working together. It can represent females as well, too. And that female sextiling, that female planet Venus sextiling Uranus, followed by Venus trining Neptune, can just bring in some really powerful, inspirational energies from women. On the 13th of July, that Venus is going to be opposing Pluto. And so this I see as women confronting those in power. And we know there's a lot of things going on out there in politic land. And this could be some big march that happens where women get up and start saying, we're not putting up with this. You can't tell me what to do. You're supposed to be representing me, not your maybe religious fever. On the 19th of July, we have, this is an annular event. It just occurs in different degrees and obviously different signs, but we have the Sun sextiling Uranus. So these are opportunities here, unexpected opportunities really to, I think, bring things to light. That Sun is one of the most important things in a chart, and it represents its essence, right? And so I really feel that this is some kind of opportunity here, unexpected again, to shine some light on things related to, this would be related to anything to do with Cancer as well, right? Because the Sun is still in Cancer at this point. So, so these again go back to those Cancer-related motherhood, mothers, children, childbearing, that type of thing, right? Our homeland. Yeah, it's kind of like there's this request for change in these areas, right? So we're going to have the full moon in July in Capricorn. Now, this is the second full moon in Capricorn in a row. We had the first one in June, which is right around the beginning degrees of Capricorn, so it suggested a beginning. But this full moon in Capricorn is going to be at 29 degrees of Capricorn in 8 minutes, so there's 30 degrees in every sign. We know that this is right at the end of the sign. This is what's called an anaretic degree. It is a critical degree as well. And it tends to bring things up to a high intensity level, the 29 degree mark. And so I would say this is going to be an intense time, right? And this is going to be on the 21st of July. Let me get the time for you as well. Yeah. So the time is going to be at 3:16 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time on the 21st of July here. We're going to have this moon conjunct Pluto, but Pluto is kind of out of that sign, right? Pluto is still at 0 degrees of Aquarius, but that's right up next to the end of Capricorn, which is where this moon is. So we know the moon is in one sign, and then the sun will always be in the opposite sign for a full moon. So we also know that the sun is opposite to Pluto. So I would say that this is going to be a pretty intense full moon is what it boils down to. And certainly if you've got, let's just say you're a Capricorn Ascendant or a Capricorn Sun, and you were born towards the end, the Capricorn Suns in particular here I'm talking about, if you were born towards that end of Capricorn, this could be some kind of real big illumination for you that goes on. And with Pluto involved, it's transformation. So for some folks, maybe Capricorns that have been waiting for some big change to happen, this might be your time here on the 21st of July to transform your life. So yeah, it's culminations of the full moon, shining a big spotlight on something. And Capricorn, what is the Capricorn energy? Well, Capricorn's ruled by Saturn. So we know that we've got a more older type energy surrounding this. And in particular, I'm thinking that there may be, literally at a global level, some structures in politics, in government that have to come tumbling down here. And this could be in many different places in the world where we've got a lot of conflicts, right? We do have that moon. It will be sextiling Neptune. That's a beautiful setup here. So the moon on a global level can represent people. And so this is people getting opportunities to have great inspiration. So maybe whatever tumbles down will provide some great inspiration for the people. We have Venus sextiling Jupiter, which is beautiful at this time. I mentioned that the moon will be sextiling Neptune, but of course then the sun is going to be trining Neptune. See, these is very positive, inspirational energies. Now, we're going to have Mercury at 26 degrees of Leo at this time, so it's still in Leo, but it's going to be squaring Uranus. Straight off, this is just upsetting news. And again, I kind of go back to potentially royalty of some sort, where something unexpected is announced from them. So maybe we won't have the announcements at the new moon in Cancer. Maybe these will all be discussions behind the scenes. And then at the square, there's some upsetting news that's delivered to us. But certainly, just generally speaking, this is unexpected news that provide challenges, right? And we're looking here at the 26 degree mark of Leo and the 26 degree mark of Taurus, of course. Yeah, and that Venus sextiling Jupiter is perfect. These are the two benefics, right? So this is providing opportunities for some folks to maybe make some money. Other folks, maybe you will have an opportunity, a lucky opportunity to meet the love of your life. We're going to have Mars, that's going to be in Gemini, trining Pluto in Aquarius. Now this is a nice energy too. Gemini is all about communications, right? Short journeys, that type of thing, writing. So I see this Mars in Gemini ushering in some important information that helps transform some aspect of the collective here. So we end July on the, well, we don't end July, but we end this last aspect on the 23rd of July, and that is going to be the Sun opposite Pluto. A very powerful time where I would say some confrontations are going to be happening here with regards to people in power, just generally speaking, right? All right, when we have a little bit of a peek at August, we're going to have a Mercury retrograde that will start at 4 degrees of Virgo. And actually, going back to King Charles here, it's going to be conjuncting King Charles's Saturn in the second house. So there may be another iteration of something coming out from the royal family. We're going to have a new moon in Leo, and I really like that new moon towards the beginning of the month of August. And then we're going to have a full moon, which is actually going to be at 27 degrees of Aquarius. And that's going to be providing a square with Uranus. So that's going to be some important information that's going to come our way. I'll talk more about it in my August video. So let's move on to the horoscopes for your either using your ascendant and or your sun. Both are important in the chart. You choose whatever resonates with you, right? So Leo, that new moon, that, widely conjuncts Venus is going to be in your 12th house. And so, I'm just looking at my charts here that I have. I just see what degree point it is. Yeah, it doesn't quite, it's a wide conjunction. So Venus is at 22 of Cancer, and then the Sun and Moon as a new moon are at 14 degrees. But it's still in Cancer, right? And will still be in your 12th house. So there might be something going on behind the scenes. Perhaps something behind the scenes. Maybe some Leos are literally going to be giving birth at this time, because the 12th house can represent things like hospitals, for instance. But it is anything behind the scene. Others may be putting together some kind of compassionate project of some sort. Maybe some project that is to do with children, right? Still others may be having with the Venus, it could be some kind of relationship starts developing, but it's behind the scenes, or you can't quite come into the open about it. Maybe you've not made your announcement to this person that you would like to start a relationship with them. That could all happen here too. But this 12th house also says to me, because we've got Cancer here involved, Leo, I really get this feeling that you need to maybe have compassion for yourself and nurture yourself, to maybe take some rest, to nurture yourself, to look after yourself. I suspect there's been a lot of Leos out there really putting a lot of energy into things and not realizing that they really need to take it easy, right? So that is also what the 12th house represents, is the house of rest. Now, when we look at that full moon in Capricorn, it is in your 6th house. And the 6th house can represent health here. It can represent your day-to-day job. And if you don't work, it's what do you do day-to-day, right? Habits, also small animals too. So there may be some illumination here with regards to your health. There may also be, because this is the 2nd full moon, right? So it's the final chapter in the story that started in June. There may be some Leos that have decided they want to change their day-to-day job. Or they've been working behind the scenes with supervisors, say, to get a new job of more responsibility in the present job they have, and they finally get the wrap-up here at this full moon on the 21st of July. For still others that maybe have been suffering from ill health of some sort, where you implemented maybe some kind of regimen in June or took advice from somebody in June that now is paying off in July for you, and your health is actually getting better. For others, it could also be, though, some big illumination is put on something to do with your health. And or anything to do with, say, nutritional type things. Also, mental health could come up here too. And again, just wrapping up this whole idea of Leos working too hard, this could be where, you are realizing that to take better care of yourself, you literally have to stop working so hard and put some energy into taking care of your body, right? Taking care of your mental health too, by getting some rest and much needed maybe vacation. Now, there's a good idea. Take care, Leo. So Virgo, when we look at the new moon, that's going to be in. All right, everybody. So that is it for me. I'm wishing everybody a great summer. I'm in San Diego, and we're just starting to get some real heat. But I know in other parts of the country, it's been boiling hot. So for those folks, I hope you get some relief. I always love doing your charts. All my contact information is below. You can always email me. I love hearing from everybody, so please feel free to leave your comments. You'll always have something, at least a heart, sent back to you, right? Take care, everyone. Sending everybody lots of love and lots of happiness. Bye for now.